Have you ever been told to stop arm punching and punch with your body? Well, if you have, this video is for you because I'm going to explain 1, what arm punching is, 2, what body punching is, 3, how you can stop doing it, and a little trick that's going to accelerate your ability to punch by tenfold. So first of all, what is arm punching? Arm punching is punching with just your arms. So if I'm throwing across, I'm not using my body to do that. I'm just going like this, just extending my arm. And this is something beginners do when they first learn to throw a punch. They don't use that rotation of their body to let the punch fly. They just extend their arm out like this. And they're usually more square on. So they're just doing this. Same with your hooks, same with your uppercuts. Not using the rotation of your body. Now, what is punching with your body? Punching with your body is using the rotation from the ball of your back foot, the rotation of your back knee, your hip, and your upper body to produce force to whip your arms out. Now, using your body to throw punches is what gives your punches power. You want to think of your arms as like a delivery of the power, not the actual production of the power. The power is produced first of all at the feet, then through the rotation of the body, and the arm just delivers the power. So when we're arm punching, we're not using any of that production of power. We're just delivering with no power. Okay, so think of the body as the production of power and your arm as the deliverer of it. A good analogy for this would be throwing a tennis ball. When you throw a tennis ball, you're putting force on the ball through this motion here as I'm throwing it. And as soon as I let go of it, the ball travels by itself, right? I want you to think of the ball traveling by itself as your arm delivering the power and your body rotating as you throwing and putting the force on the ball. So imagine the ball as your knuckle. You're going to throw the ball by rotating your body like this, putting force on the ball. And then when you let go of the ball, that's that last bit at the end. That's the whip at the end of your shot. Now, a common mistake I see I have like a online coaching program where I take beginners to pretty competent boxers. And one thing I notice, it's a consistent theme for people trying to throw punches for the first time, is that they get the rotation of the hips. Because I've taught them that. I've taught them, okay, you need to rotate your hips, you need to rotate your body, but they do it at the wrong time. So, as for example, when I'm throwing across, if I throw across like this, although it might look pretty good technique, that is actually completely wrong. What we want to do instead is rotate our body to this point here. And then, like that tennis ball analogy, our arm just snaps out right at the end. What a lot of beginners are doing is they're throwing the punch, their arm's starting to move at the same time as their body. So you think, my starting point is here with my arm. They're starting to move their arm before they've got to this point where it's meant to come out. They start moving their arm here. So it's moving out at the same time. And some people doing it even worse or particularly beginners when they first do this, is they throw the arm and then the body catches up. This is like anti-power. Because if you think about it, you're extending your arm and then you're pulling your arm back almost because your hips are following. You're kind of dragging your hips with you. And really, you don't want to be pulling your hips. Your hips want to be pushing your punch out. So your hips go, they initiate it, and then your arm comes. Your arm doesn't go, and then your hips follow. That's what we want to stay away from. The same goes for any of the punches. It's always the body goes first. Another common mistake I saw with a girl called Z. I'm just keeping her name under the radar there. Z, big up Z. When she throws hooks, she always brings her arm first. So she goes like this and she like moves her arm about her shoulder joint like that, and then her body follows. That's completely backwards. But even if her body didn't follow and she was just using her arm, or using it at the same time as her body, there's no actual whip and snap in her shot because she's moving her arm and her body at the same time like this. Okay. We want to stay away from doing that. Same thing goes, so it talks about in the cross with throwing the tennis ball. Same thing goes for throwing the hooks. So when I start rotating back the other way for a lead hook, for example, my arm stays where it is and a sort of move about the shoulder joint. So there's flexion here, and that flexion is like elastic potential, and the arm catches up. So my body rotates and I leave my arm behind, and because my arm has to now catch up with my body rotating, it just speeds it up, and that's what gives us the snap in a punch. So that shoulder, call it the shoulder pop, that's you throwing the punch with the arm after the body's gone. So the body goes, then your arm comes round. Same with an uppercut, same with any punch you throw. It's always the body first, and then the shoulder just accelerates your arm faster. Okay, so what I want you to practice now is going through every individual punch and just rotating your body first. So think about the whole rotation part till right at the end, then let your arm come out at the end. Okay, so body, think about the body, don't think about your arm. That's something I want you to get rid of. Don't think about your arm delivering the power. Think about like that tension in your core and the rotation of your body, and then the arm will come out, okay? Think about the body first, then the arm will go like this. You see, as I get to here, it's like a sort of shunting my arm out. So that like whip, you can only get from the body going first and your arm catching up with it. Same with the hooks. Think about your body first. Body goes, then my arm catches up. With any punch. Body then arm. I know I did mention a couple of times. I've got an online coaching program, the first of its kind, taking beginners to competent boxers through a boxing roadmap that condenses lessons and drills into easy follow-along workouts with constant feedback from me and my team of coaches. We also have calls on a regular basis where I just analyse how good you are at boxing, and it's produced some pretty good results. You can see them. You can see those results on hybridwarriorelite.com, or just click the top link in the description. And hopefully I'll see you in there.